Hello everybody, welcome back to Arthenex Plays Pillars of Eternity.
Alright then.
We've arrived at Elms, and we are just about to be greeted by the locals. Warrior saunters over, a sneer of suspicion visible beneath the streaks of paint. He glances at your gear before favoring you with a long look. Another fugitive from the burning city? The sixth tribe of Glanfarth welcome you to Twin Elms. Before you lies the Hearthsong district. You are free to explore it, but do not let your feet stray into the other districts. Those are forbidden to Estra Morwen. What can you tell me about Twin Elms? The city is sacred to all Glenfathans, as it is a place where our ancestors first encountered the Builders. That fated meeting turned our people from generations of wandering to a permanent home among the Builders' relics. When the Builders commanded us to settle here, they allowed us the unique privilege to live among their structures here. It is the only place in Glanfarth where this is permitted. The sacred city is divided into 4 districts: Hearthsong, the Commons District; Old Song, the site of our temples; Elms Reach, the home of Delmagan and Druids; and the Burial Isle, which is the most sacred place in the city. Tell me about Hearthsong. This is Hearthsong. It's a place where the Glenfathans and Estramorn may gather together. It is also the site of the Passage of the Six, where our tribal leaders, the Anamfatha, meet. He points to a large round building at the other end of the district. That way is to the market. Guard your purse there. No one bargains like a Glenfathan. If you need a place to stay, follow the fence to the east. There you will find a way to the Celestial Sapling. Which temples lie in Old Song? There is Noonfrost, which is dedicated to Rimmergand. A group of pale elves from the frozen Southlands arrived not too long ago to oversee it. There is also the Nest, a temple to Hylia, and Gallowin's Maw, den of beasts dedicated to the hunter god. The route to Burial Isle also lies that way. Alright, tell me about Elms Reach. There lies Tir Everon, one of the only towers of the Builders still in perfect condition. 2 great elm trees twine around it. Even the mightiest works of the gods protect the works of the Builders. 2 Delamagen sisters dwell there now. The Hall of Warriors stands at the other end of the district. Rumor has it that Anamfoth, Simok of 3 tusked Stilgar is there now. Oh, I remember him. Elms Reach is also where the Druids keep their halls. There are the Ovates of the Golden Grove and the Ethek Null of the Blood Sands. Many shudder at the brutal sacrifices of the Ethek Null, but High Ovate Erona is just as powerful in her own way. And do you know anything about Burial Isle? It is the place where Anamfatha are laid to rest among stones placed by the Builders. They say the souls of some of the Anamfatha linger there still. That way lies through Old Song. It is the holiest place in all of Twin Elms. Alright, thank you for the information. Why is it forbidden to enter the other districts? Twin Elms is a sacred city, built where the first keepers of stone met the Builders. It exists alongside the works of the Builders, and is the only place in all of Glanfarth where it is permitted to set foot among these sacred places. The Estramorn, however, do not have the proper respect for the stones here. His words trigger something in your memory. You see an image of a perfect cube of Adra. Just as quickly the image fades. A leader of one of the tribes could give you the permission of the city. Only Anamenfath Bethwal is present in the Passage of the Six today, and she has her own troubles. Sounds like an opportunity. He jerks his head at a long hut in the middle of the street. I haven't heard of the Keepers of Stone, the oldest of the 6 tribes. He points his tip of his sword at the long hut behind him. Up the stairs and into the Passage of Six. That is where our Anamfatha gather. Bethwal, the Anamfarth of Guided Compass, can tell you more. Alright. Best that you keep your visit brief. Word has reached our ears that the riots have ended and the gates of Defiance Bay have opened once more.
Hey. Never been out this way before. Hard to believe it's the same country.
Name Steelgars. Strange man break into Tir Everon. That sounds promising. Let's see, where should we go first? Let's check out the market first. Song market. See if we've got anything good for trade. I have lots and lots of money. Okay, welcome back everybody. I spent quite a bit of time shopping, going over all the options, so I decided to cut the video so you guys didn't have to see me just mulling over stuff. I'll just do a quick review of what I actually did. So Eder, there were no changes on him. For Lasophy, I gave her the plus will defense helmet because her will defense was terrible and she kept getting confused and charmed. And I took away her reflex gloves and gave them to Arthenex because his reflex defense is terrible and hers is quite good. I also enchanted her armor with exceptional and crush proofed. I'd like to put a +2 might enchant on it. The vendor here sold diamonds, which is one of the things I was missing, but I'm still missing some primal air. So I have to fight like a greater air elemental in order to get some of that. So I'm going to save the diamonds because I'm going to put might on these two people's armor. So for Pelaginia, I bought her some exceptional plate. Oh, she already had some exceptional plate armor, I guess. So I bought some exceptional plate armor for myself. I could have given it to Eder, but I actually am the one who most often gets damaged or gets knocked out more than Eder. So, and just to take a quick look, yeah, I don't have any of these, so I can't enchant it with exceptional myself. So Eder's going to have to wait a little bit for his exceptional armor. I did have everything I need to put +2 intellect on it, so I did that for myself. I also bought this helmet of +2 perception that I'm wearing. So I've got +2 intellect and +2 perception and +2 resolve. So my stats are now quite high, except for dexterity, of course, which is still terrible. Pelaginia, I replaced her weapon. She's going to go with a weapon and shield now. She didn't have one-handed style. So I'm going to try this. This Warhammer does almost as much damage as the two-handed weapon she was using, and it has some really nice effects on it. So I'm going to try that. She also has this enchanted shield. Let's see, did she get anything else? Oh yeah, she also gets +2 intellect from this cape here, which is a paladin-specific item. So as you can see, I spent a lot of money. But that's good. I found something to spend money on. I was afraid I was just going to collect it and not be able to get anything nice with it. So as for myself, so I kind of went over those. For her, I noticed that she had 2 plus might items, so I took the might, her helmet of +1 might off and gave it to him since he didn't have a helmet. Other than that, oh, I found these in my inventory, in my stash. I don't know why nobody was wearing them, but whatever. So she's wearing those now. Alioth, I noticed his armor was giving him an effect that he was also getting from a ring, so there's no point in him wearing both of them. So instead, I gave him her old backup armor, which has better DR and lower recovery speed, and so a couple of other nice bonuses. He also got +1 might. He's getting +2 intellect from that, and +3 constitution from this. Also, I never added these spells to his grimoire from the spell book that we picked up from the Leaden Key, so he can definitely use that. And probably not going to use that, but I might as well learn it anyway. So if I open up his grimoire and we go to 4th level, we'll add the concussive missiles to his grimoire. All right. And I think that's pretty much everything that happened. So let's continue, shall we? Oh, I also refilled my camping supplies. But not anything else. So that's good. I'm glad that there was some good stuff available for me to buy. Nothing incredibly super amazing awesome, but some good upgrades nonetheless. I'm pretty happy with them. Kind of settled into this party here. I really like how this is working out for me. Southeast of first song. I might just do that. Is this the inn? Not actually sure. So we see if there's anything noteworthy in these houses. Doesn't look like it. That's right, it's using a regeneration. That's probably better than a +3 might belt. I have to say. Lindsay.
Many blessings, traveler.
Welcome to my home, Mr. Moore. I'm Lindsay, healer and guide. What brings you here? Tell me about yourself. Locals have referred to me as a wise woman, a term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm an herbalist and a healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children, and making remedies for those in pain. I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does, but I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and rather silly. The short version is Beaker. The next bird I have will be named after an anemoth. I don't see her songbird in here. Is that they were talking about? Doesn't sound like the Waveland's legacy has struck the Glenfathans. Oh. Can't go in there. I'm not sure where the inn is. I think we'll have to go around if we want to get in here. Oh. There's the front door. So let's see if we can convince this person to give us passage to the other two districts. Place to put arrows, a 3-tusk steel gar. The stone bramble, the fisher crane. The stone, the guided compass. Interesting.
Wait. I don't know if I should go through with this. Make the trade deal with the Anamenfath.
If a Valiant deal with the Glanfathens weakens the Deerwood, it could mean war for the Republics in the future.
What other option do you have?
I could put the idea in the Anamenfath's head that the Republics are not interested in exclusive trade, but limited trade of goods that they do not already trade with the Deerwoodens.
Follow your heart, Pelaginia. You alone know what must be done. I'm not going to give you any advice on this.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
Oh, she's an Orlan. I'm looking for another who passed through the city.
Few Estramoran are given the freedom of our sacred city. That you ask for this person is suspicious. There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Why? Has something happened recently? Like somebody sneaking in and breaking something? More than I care to think about.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Amenfath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
A vision of an Orlan man appears near Bethwell. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them, he points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamfatha. Another Orlan with tawny fur and a scarred face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, and 2 elves. You're angry about something. I hear it in your voice. What is it? The outrages I listed for you not enough? Trouble brews, and none of it is my choosing. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward as if struggling against a gale. The angry Anamfarth winces. War, the spectral voice, Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Fairwild's warning. You're headed for war. Fairwild's soul image gasps. Taunt threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Amenfath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them the Builder's souls have touched even the Estermorwen.
You'd better explain yourself.
There are others. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estermorwen.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
Yes, I'm a watcher. That explains much.
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfath of our tribe then. When the Estramoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfatha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, He worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations. And you can see where we are today.
After 2 wars with the Deerwood, his warning is more relevant than ever.
While Ferelt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
An image of a polished auger cube flashes into your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. The Anapharth turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estremor came through here a few days ago, and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estremoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man, who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estremoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You see again the polished object cornerstone in your mind. This time the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is described with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
What do they mean? They mean that Farewell's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the Guided Compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elms Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
Okay. One of my companions, a representative of the Valiant Republics, wishes to discuss a trade issue with you. Yes, the Valiant godlike, blessed of Hylia. So they say. And there's no outward expression, but her voice betrays annoyance at Pelaginia's interruption. And diplomat of the Duke's Bells, I understand you were sent here with trade assurances from your masters. Revered Amenfoth, it is true that I was chosen to convey these assurances, but understand that I was fashioned more for war than etiquette. In these dangerous times, perhaps it is better to send warriors to do diplomats' work. Indeed, Amenfoth, regarding the exclusive trade agreement, voice quavers slightly, and her golden eyes dart in your direction. She just can't do things on her own, can she? So I'm going to say no. Pelagina hesitates for a moment before eyelids drop in resignation. The Republics are fully committed to exclusive trade on all previously discussed goods for the next 5 years. The Deerwoodens do not know your intentions, do they? When they find out, we are aware of the risks, Amenfoth, but we believe this is the right time for our people to begin a new trade venture with yours. Very well. We were sent emissaries south to discuss the details at greater length. Your appearance here was well of your Duke's intention. Revered Amenfoth.
I followed my orders. I can only hope the Dukes are right, and the Deerwood doesn't go to war with us over this.
I have no response.
You're a great help, you know. All right? Let's find Theos.
So we completed her quest. That's 2 of our companion quests done. don't think Alioth has one, or maybe he does, and we completed it. Two of them I don't know what they are because I don't travel with those two people. I think we can just go. Is that an ogre? Oh. Oh, my clever. I don't think my clever was at 2 before. Alright, let's explore. Oh, this is the inn. I see. I don't see anybody to talk to. Except for the bartender. Welcome, welcome. I'm always glad to see a new face. Take a seat where you like, my friend. It seems you've walked to me you've walked a long road. All are welcome here, and those with interesting stories most of all. Who are you? My name is Elitharian. They call me Haggard Shoes for all the walking I used to do, and all the boots I wore down. But those days are well behind me. My eyes have seen a great deal, and now my ears get their fill from the travelers who come through here. Always glad to see a new face. Tell me about this place. Of course, I founded the inn many years ago, but in many ways its tale begins much earlier. It was while I was returning from a long journey south that I first heard the story of the tree upon which this inn rests. Hundreds of years ago, a strange event occurred. The sky was troubled that night with many stars falling across the sky, and one of those same stars began to plummet, instead, towards the aura, and fell here, striking a young tree and burying itself within like a fiery heart. But the tree survived, and over the years it grew and grew and grew, twice as big as its fellows in half the time, until it reached the size you see now, and grew no more. Hearing the tale, I knew I must find the truth, and you see it there. He gestured towards the large stone at the center of the room. Around the tree's heart I built this inn, to welcome all travelers who might look upon it. Alright, what do you got for sale? Melee damage bonus. Grants Whisper of Treason. Well, let me just see if anybody can use those. You don't have gloves, and neither do you. You already have Whisper of Treason. But if there's anybody who I want to give a melee damage bonus to, it would be you.
Greetings.
So let me give these to you. They don't seem to. Actually, really change the damage. Okay, they do change his damage. They don't change her damage. Well, I'm going to give them to her anyway. Well, no, I won't. I'll give them to him. No, they both have Whisper of Treason.
Well met, friend.
Alright, I'd like a room. +2 might, +2 constitution, +2 resolve. Sure. We finished building the towers. Let's build build the chapel. Maybe the forum. Let's build the forum. You would, huh? Alright. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts and wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Landfathen hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long stock crouched cinched low on her hip. Can almost forgive the hostility towards outsiders, but the temperate taverns and those watered-down drinks, inexcusable. But I don't seem too forward, but I need to help my friends, and you look like the right person for the job. Which is to say, not a Glenfathen, making you the closest thing I've got to an ally in this paranoid land. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? Who are you? Where did I leave my ambassadorial manners? I am Sinowith. Pleasure to meet you. For the time being, though, I'm just another Esternor minding her own business. What do you want? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Glenfathen scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. The Fangs are a brutal, relentless bunch, eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. That's why I need your help. I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do. But if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. What are they doing? Just setting foot in Air Glenfathen is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, that were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. So what are you doing here? It was my turn to handle far patrol. I spotted the Fangs on my trek back to camp. I knew that rejoining the main group would risk leading the enemy right back to my expedition. I know the woods and I know how to stay quiet, but I didn't want to stake my friends' lives on my ability to sneak past expert hunters like the Fangs. They noticed me warning my friends. We'd have been overrun. But if they noticed me and some reinforcements, like, say, you, at least we're trying to scare them off or put up a good fight. Tell me more about your expedition. I like to think we're on a mission of reclamation. It said that our armies left behind many valuables in their hasty retreat from Glenfathen at the end of the War of the Black Trees. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering up what our ancestors left behind. I doubt that Glenfathens agree with me on this. My expedition set out from Defiance Bay, heading directly east to cross into Glenfathen lands. I split off once we arrived at the Bale, the natural frontier between our nations. The plan was for me to keep my eyes on Glenfathens while the main group scoured the target area. For days we eluded them, but the Fangs got wise to our presence. Your friends are trespassing. By local custom, they're criminals. Forgive me if I'm not sympathetic with face painters and their barbaric laws. I'm not pretending what you're doing is noble, but I just don't believe trespassing is a crime that warrants execution. Alright. I gotta decide. Then fathers won't be happy with me. If I do this. I'm gonna say no. For now. Anyway. Right now, I still want to keep the Glenfathers happy. That might change. I have no particular love for them. We've certainly crossed swords a number of times in the past. One remembers the episode of them wiping out the caravan, for example. Still, right now I feel like I kind of need their help. Still, as for more, the rest of the city is forbidden except by order of one of the Anam Fatha. Trespassing in Twin Elms is punishable by death. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. Always too cozy with the Estermorn. Go then, and mind you step around the sacred stones. Takes me an hour to get there, huh? And I think I'm going to put a cut in this episode. So we will see Twin Elms next time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, please consider liking the video. But either way, I hope you all have a terrific day.